Hi everyone and welcome. It's Doris here, otherwise known as Knittynina, and welcome to episode 7 of the Knittynina Diaries. I'm super excited to be here back with all of you. It is Saturday, March 13th, Saturday morning, in what is a beautiful, sunny, but yet a chilly day here out in the East Coast. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. It truly means the world to me. You know, this community that I'm building here is growing slowly, but I love that it's growing nevertheless steadily. And each one of you who has subscribed, each one of you who, you know, has left me a sweet comment, thank you so much for supporting me. I really, really appreciate it. And if you're new here, a very warm welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by, for checking things out here. And I hope that you subscribe as well, as I would love to have you as a regular viewer. So I have lots to show you today. I have a one finished project. I have a couple of things I've been working on, dabbling on into some knitting socks, so I'll show you that. And I have been doing some hand sewing, which I think you're gonna like. And I do have a couple of footage of a day trip that I took with some of my girlfriends out in Lancaster, so I'll have to tell you all about that. But let's get started, shall we? So go ahead and go grab your favorite beverage, get all cozy, and grab your favorite project that you're working on, and let's get started. So, on episode 6, I was working on, well, actually, I've been working on this. I think I started this project, I would say, mid-January. I think January 15th or so I started it. And it is the Calla shawl by Natasja Hornby, forgive me. And let me just make sure I'm pronouncing her name correctly. Yes, Natasja Hornby. And she had done this shawl, and I'll pop up again a picture of it. And you had seen it in the last couple of episodes. I've been working on it steadily, and I am so excited to say that I finally finished it. I did it with here. I did it with this yarn, Holtz yarn, and let me see if I can do that. There you go. In this beautiful color called camisole, which is a shade of pink or so. And I bought 12, let me see, 50 gram skeins. And I worked this shawl by doubling the yarn with a US 6 needle. And so what I have left is 2 full skeins. So that is, and this is 9th and 10th, the 9th and 10th ball equally. I have this amount left. So I would say 100 grams, maybe I would say 300 grams I have left, which is plenty to do maybe a little in accessories, some mittens that can accompany this beautiful shawl. So enough about the yarn, because drum roll please. Okay, here it goes. I am in love with it. Okay, here it is in all its glory. Oh my goodness, I hope you can capture this. Let me start from the beginning. It is just gorgeous. It starts here in the top, and then it's worked outwards, and you start increasing. And it is a written chart instructions, and on episode 4, I believe, I talk about a lot of the instructions in the graph, how to read it, some pointers in terms of where you should put your stitch markers. You're repeating a couple of standard stitches in the middle and at the end. So highly, highly recommend for you to view that episode to watch it. But I mean, it's unbelievable. When you start getting to the end, let me stand up so you can see it. You can start the end. I mean, it's a repetition here. So at the end, so you do like, this is one chart, the beginning, where the Calla Lillies are. The second is just your traditional chart. But then in the end, you're repeating, I think it's, don't quote me, but it's a group of rows from the first chart. And then you go down to another chart and start working. And then you go back to that first chart. Kind of start to create this integrated growing motif of Calla Lillies. It is just gorgeous. And I will insert pictures in a moment right here of when I blocked it. This yarn just blooms and it is so soft. It's got to be that cashmere, right? Because you are working with what is considered a rustic shawl, a rustic yarn, forgive me, like has some bite to it, but it's not itchy whatsoever. And when I got to the end, you know, obviously each row is going from here. Let me show you this. And then I'm going to put it on a mannequin in a second so you can see it as well. So from corner to corner, I think I had around 400, gosh, I don't remember now, 400 stitches or so. Yes, and then you finish it off with this beautiful picot binding. Let me show it to you. Hopefully you can see it. And it's gorgeous. I think I did... Yeah, I think I had 400 stitches because from here, if you look at it where the picots end, I positioned the picots right in the middle there. So each little section here has its picot. So from here to here, to the center, I think I did 200 picots, and then I end with another 200 picots. So the ending, it takes some time, right? But so well worth it. Let me put it on here so you can see it. It's just gorgeous. I mean, just look at that detail. And it's so pretty, so dainty. It's certainly, and I think she in the picture puts it on the side a little symmetrical, but it's just, I mean, look at that. It truly is gorgeous. And I mean, and it's just amazing how they do look like Calla Lillies. You know, it's just, oh my gosh, I can't get over how pretty it is. And it's quite long. The pattern calls for US 7, but because I decided to use this yarn, and I used the same yarn again for the Hollows shawl, I did it on a US 6 on the hollow shawl, and it just did such a nice gauge that that's what I decided doing it. But, you know, this is a shawl that I can see myself doing again, knitting it again. I would love it in either a ivory color or maybe a charcoal gray. I would love that. Yeah, I just love it. Highly, highly recommend it. Let me see how it looks like this. I can't really see from where I am with the camera, but just so pretty, so dainty, so perfect for the spring that's coming. I just love it. I'm so happy with it. I am so happy with it. Again, I highly, highly recommend this pattern. And you know what? I think I didn't see many finished out there, but it's just, I mean, it's one of those classics that you should consider trying it out. And definitely, if you decide to knit this, again, I want to remind you to go check out episode 4, because I give a lot of tidbits on how to on where to put your stitches. I mean, your stitch markers, definitely those repeats, putting those stitch markers is just makes a huge difference. That was one. And then understanding that in the middle of the stitch markers, in the middle center here, you're always going to be increasing, making one right, making one left in the middle, and the stitch in the middle always is going to be a knit, so you get this kind of like, as you can see, this just beautiful spine here, if you will. And I mean, look at that, how she just, I mean, what a brilliant pattern. Even here, as you get to the end, when I was telling you that you repeat the pattern, see how even it makes like this one right here that's growing, it's like an upside down heart. Doesn't that look like a heart? It's just like popping in there. And then you get these little cables, and then you have these two beautiful calla lilies at the end. And the picot just does wonder. Let me show you. And it looks intricate, but it's certainly a pattern you can do. This repeated stitch here is just beautiful. It's a 4-row stitch repeat, quite easy to memorize once you've got it. Obviously you have more here in the beginning, but it's that end of the shawl. I feel like it's like fireworks at the end of a 4th of July, where you get, you know, the last 2 minutes are like, oh my gosh, because that end is just glamorous. It's just exploding with beauty. The next thing I've been working on, and I'm going to pop out my tisket, a tasket, I brought my knitting basket. The basket that I had told you that I made the inside cover for a couple of episodes. I've been using this a lot, especially as it's getting to become feeling warm and springy. I just love flowers and everything like that. So I've been working on a couple of socks here, but before I show those to you, I want to show you this pair of socks that I pulled out. I did these maybe like a year or 2 ago, and truly love them. I think I might have a picture in the video when we start, or at the end, will you see me wearing them. I'm looking for designer that made these, and she is the queen of brioche. You know who I'm talking about, right? Lavagna Patricella. Lavagna just does unbelievable patterns, and this is the pattern, the brioche top-up socks, right here, and I think I'll pop a picture of it here in the screen. But what I decided to do with that pattern is, instead of doing, you know, my regular, what do I say, 7 inches before I divide for the heel. And remember, I'm doing it, I like to knit my socks from the cuff to the toe. Cuff down, I think that's how you say it. I made these tennis socks. And I had used, you might want to check on my Ravelry page, but I had used 2 yarns. I think one was from Republic of Wool, and the colors in there and all. But now forgive me, I've used these. It's, you know, it's got a lot of things I have to remove, like the little wool. But look at my little tennis sock. And I brought them out because they just reminded me of spring coming. But it's her pattern, and it's just pretty, pretty, pretty. Look at those pinks with blue. That's what I used as, I think that was the Republic of Wool for the background. Look at how it does like that herringbone stitch. I mean, that's just the beauty of brioche. And then the side, look at the back, is unbelievable. The back, just those decreases there, it is so cool. I think you'll see, I think I'll pop in a video if I didn't do it in the beginning, so you can see. And then the contrasting was that pink, and then the back is that green again. Look at, it's just so pretty. Now I've worn these a lot, and you could see that they have a little bit, they've been, what's the word I'm thinking? Pilled, that's the word I'm thinking. They're a little bit pilled, but again, I use them a lot. And these are really cute with tennis shoes. I've also just used them, you know, with slippers in the summer, but really, really pretty. So I highly recommend this pattern as well. And you know, you don't see them as bright as before because they've been washed a couple of times, but I mean, just the beautiful pinks and those decreases here. I think I must have done, I'll tell you what I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did like 10 or 12 rows of ribbing. And I did knit 2, purl 2 with a, this is US 2 needle. And then I immediately started working the instructions for the heel and started doing those decreases. And then I followed her instructions with her heel, and then just continued. So great pattern writing. I mean, she really knows what she's doing. Again, I call her the queen of brioche. Plus, she's beautiful. She's sweet. She radiates light and happiness, and love her. So thank you so much, Lavanya, for all your beautiful patterns. And you should check her out because she also has a lot of beautiful cowls. Just so many great patterns. So if you want to give brioche a try, or are an expert with brioche but want to check out some new patterns, go see her. So this is what led me to start playing around with some socks. I wanted to do another like tennis sock, and I started playing around myself with a stitch here. Call it my pattern would be too big of a word because I still haven't even written it. But I don't know if it's coming out, like, I don't know. I'm going to show it to you, and I'm going to ask you to comment, let me know, is this something I should write out? I did it in, I'll tell you what needles. I'm not doing a US 2. I am doing, I think this is a US 4. And I'm using, I'll tell you what I'm using. Madeline Tosh Tough Sock yarn in this beautiful lavender. And again, I'm using this to test it out in bigger needles. And I'm convinced that if I do write this pattern out, it would definitely have to be on a US 2, because I think that's where you would get the daintiness of this. So let me show it to you. like these little diamonds. And I'm making it a small, like a short sock, like another tennis sock. So I started here. I cast it 64 stitches, and I did a one by one twisted rib. And then I started playing around with this, and then I divided for the heel, and I love this type of heel. It's a, I forget the term. It's the slip one knit one heel. You can see it there. And then the little short rows for the heel here, and then the decreases, and then I started going here. Now, I'm playing around with it. So what I'm doing is, I think I'm starting to do like little diamonds like this. I think that's what it's going to look like. But, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. I think it looks really pretty. Especially the back. But again, in this yarn, I don't know. I think maybe it's too thick. So that's what I'm working on. I'll have to show it to you once it's done and the second pair is done. But I've got all my notes down. Did I bring my notebook here? I have all my notes of what I'm doing, so I'm kind of capturing how I'm making it. And if you want to test it, if you want it to test it for me, let me know, because I think that would be really awesome. But yeah, so that is that. And I just kind of stopped and said, you know what, I want to try maybe a different size of yarn. Size of needles. Remember I said I was doing a US 4 here? So I started playing around with this. And then this yarn is Shawl Zauberball. And the color is just gorgeous. Let me tell you the color. Let's see what it says here. Oh my gosh, I just noticed the card. It's so adorable. They have something in German. Knitting can be addictive, it says. But look at the heart they did on the label. Can you see it? Let me see it. Isn't that crazy? Like a knitted heart. The Zauberball. You can find these in yard.com. Mason and Dixon, I think, was also carrying them. So here it is. And it's in these beautiful spring colors. Look at that. Oh my God, is that yummy? I don't know if you can really see. I'm trying to give you a little bit of light here. But it's a beautiful pink. It's not focusing. Don't understand why. There you go. And it's got like a grassy green. It's coming out more darker, but it's a grassy green. And this I just started last night. I was playing around. And I want to make this into a tennis socks. So I'm kind of doing I cast it on 64 stitches. Now this is with a US 1 needle. Sorry about that if I hit the camera. And I'm doing that like little roll cuff here. So I cast it 64. I think I knit the first row and then I just purled until I can feel that little curve going, and then I started knitting. And then I'm going to attempt to do just a classic little tennis sock here. It is a pair for one of my best friend's husband. His birthday's coming up, so I want to knit him something. And you know this yarn very well. This is my second pair that I've done in these, and I just love it. And I remember that I had some of this left, and this is Patton's Croy Socks. And see if we can see those colors. And it's just so country. That country blue, it's got mustards, it's got reds. So this is what I am making. I'm doing a rib 2. And I started this on Friday night. So it looks like it's coming along nicely. It's knit 2, purl 2. I'm going to do that all the way until I divide for the heel. And this is, I'm doing this on 2.75 needles, a US 2. And I cast it on 72 stitches. So very nice and happy with these colors, and I want to get this done. His birthday's in April, and I promised to make these for him, so that's going to be that. And then what else? That's pretty much like all I have in terms of knitting. Next project that I have that I've been working on is a hand sewn project. I've been wanting to play with fabric, and this is the first time I'm doing this, and I'm telling you, it's addictive. Highly recommend it. It's called English paper piecing, and I'm reading this. It's a method of wrapping and stabilizing fabric shapes using thin pieces of cardboard or heavy paper. An iron is used to wrap the seams of the fabric around the cardboard shapes. Patch quilting too, it's called. There's a lot of different types of, you know, shapes that you can do, but I've decided to do hexagons. And I'll show you. So that is one. And I didn't cut the paper. I bought these papers already. And I think this is 1.5 inches. And then you cut the fabric, and then you fold it. And I've been doing these. And then once you have, obviously, all of them together, actually, I'm going to show this to you, because this board that I'm using is by a lady called Lori Holt. She is like an amazing quilter out there, and she has some amazing fabrics and tons of great tools. This is her board size. It has like a foam on it, and it's kind of hard, but you can see all the paper that I have been cutting. I've got a lot. Like, look at this dainty one. Oh my god, I love them. I got some Liberty of London here. I think I was showing you this one right now. Really, really pretty. Oh, let me show you this one. Oh, I can't focus here. Isn't that just gorgeous? Doesn't that scream spring is in the air? So, this is my first one here. And then you'll see the back. So you sew them together on the sides. And you fold, you see how you can fold it like this because it's the paper. So you fold it. Let me show you before I continue. I'm certainly not a tutorial for any means, but you put them back, you put them right sides facing, and then you take a needle and you start threading from here to here, connect that, and then you have your center. You all start from your center, and then you connect the other side by folding it, and you keep doing that until you connect them all. But I wanted to show you how beautiful these are. And look at this yellow one. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. Maybe a quilt? I don't know. A bag? Look at this one with a... Oh yeah, I did do the same minty polka dots. Here's that fabric that I told you that I loved. Oh, here's another Liberty of London. That's a Liberty of London. Look at this one. I just think they're turning out to be so pretty. And then I tried one with, oh, here's a couple of more I did. Let me show you. I'm just kind of putting them together. Oh, I just love them. I think the group I got have all the mint polka dot fabric in the middle. But I know I've done some with pastel pink. I might have not brought them downstairs here. But I can show you that mint here. That would be the mint. And then I've done a couple with the center being this kind of beigey. Then I did one with like really strong prime colors. Look at this one. Just playing around. These are all Liberty of London as well. So I'm still not sure what I'm going to do with all of them. Maybe I can do like a wall hanging, or an actual quilt would be amazing, right? Put these all together and pass this along through generations. That would be nice. Oh, look at this one. I just thought that was really pretty, that one. I think that's really pretty. That's a Liberty of London. Then these are really cute. This combination here, I'm starting to think would be really pretty. Let me put that together for you. Oops. Isn't that pretty? And the person that I follow, who has an amazing tutorial, has everything amazing. Everything she does is exquisite. It's beautiful. It's inspiring. Jules from So Sweet Violet. She has a tutorial on paper hand piecing, English paper piecing, that you need to, I'll put the link somewhere here so you can check it out, because she just does such an amazing job teaching, number one. She's very patient. She does everything slowly. She gives you the tidbits on how to, use paste. There's a glue pen that you can use just to fold this and make it so much easier. In the past, folks would actually stitch a long thread here, a basting stitch, to hold the fabric onto the paper. And granted, when you're done, you're going to pull all these papers that you have in here out and then start stitching them together as a quilt. It's just beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. And again, I've been playing around with hand quilting just recently, so I'm just loving it. I think it's something about the spring, the summer. There's two things that I love to do. I mean, certainly knit, because that's like a 24/7 thing I have. But I love to, in the spring and in the summer, again, I love to sew. And I also love to do like watercoloring and play around with color and paints and all that good stuff. So can't wait for that, to start doing that. Oh, look at this one. It's so springy. I just saw this one. Isn't that just so dear? So yeah, so this is something that is going to, you know, I'll continue to work on it. See how you have all my pieces here? And there's a hexagon you can buy that helps you cut the piece and give you sufficient amount in that same cut to do the overlapping seam with the glue. So really, really love it. If you want to try something fun, if you want to try hand sewing, English paper piecing is the way to go. So I don't know if I mentioned this in the beginning, but over last weekend, I went to see my girlfriends, Sally and Sheila, and we were in Lancaster, and we just had such an amazing day. We, it felt like the good old days, right? The day was gorgeous, it was warm. We've had actually unseasonable warm weather this last week here in the East Coast. It literally felt like, you know, April and May. It was like in the 70s, 60s. It was gorgeous. But last weekend, it was rather nice, and we went out. Obviously, we wear our masks and everything, but we went shopping in little quaint stores in Lancaster, and we went to a store that Sheila, who is learning, she's such an amazing artist as well. So both of my friends are amazing makers. They have so much talent. Sheila does some amazing jewelry. She paints. She's just great. She has so much stuff, and she's recently been dabbling into some knitting. So she had gone to this store, and she said, "You know what? I want to take Doris there because she's gonna love it." And it's a small little store where the owner, actually, as you come in, is weaving, or she's spinning her own yarn. So pretty much everything that you see is her yarn that she has spun, or gotten an exquisite piece by somebody she knows that made it for her. To a small store in a beautiful town. Wait till you hear the name of this town. I have never been there. It is adorable. It's called Bird in the Hand. No, forgive me. Bird in Hand, Pennsylvania. Bird in Hand, Pennsylvania. And we stopped by a store called Labadie Looms. Let me show you. And this little small store is owned by a weaver, a spinner, and a dyer by the name of Donna M. Beaver. And oh my goodness, talk about finding little jewels in small towns across our country. It's just amazing. And Sheila had gone in there and had seen some of the yarn, and she said, "Oh, you've got to see this place." So as we walked in, and I'm going to include footage at the end, here she is, you know, spinning her own yarn. The store is small. It's not a store that you would go in and see all these commercial yarn, you know, brands or anything like that. It's pretty much very quaint. It's her own yarn. The selection isn't huge, but what she has is just outstanding. And she offers classes. She offers how to weave as well, how to spin, how to dye. The thing's just amazing. So let me show you this one that is hand-dyed, hand-spun, and plied merino and mohair that she did. I'm in love with it. 163 yards of beauty. Look at this. I don't know if you can pick up, but there's like these little blues, turquoise. There's a little bit of like a very peachy salmon. It's soft. It is so beautiful. Look at that. She just does amazing, amazing work. So I kind of did some damage while I was there, but hey, I'm a big believer in supporting small businesses. But let me show you some of the acquisitions. I won't show them all. This is also spun by her. This is Angora silk alpaca hand spun. Is this beautiful or is this beautiful? It's got a little bit of lavender in there, a little pop of green. What it looks like, maybe that helps. It's just gorgeous. Fun. There's one that I saw that when I was leaving, it was like she had the roving, it was like violet, lavender, pinks and blues, and I loved it, but I don't know how to spin. So she said, oh, you know what, I can teach you, come for a class one day. But it's not, I don't think it's going to happen in reality. I don't think, I would love to, but I don't know if I'll have the time. But she said, you know, if you really like this, I can spin it for you and you can come back and pick it up. So that's what I did. It's not with me yet, so I'll have to show that to you on next episode. But this one is another one that she hand-dyed, hand-spun. This is merino wool. Look at how beautiful this is. And it's got all this gold in it. Is that gorgeous? It's got a little bit of lavender. I'm trying to put some light in here so you can see. Look at that beauty. Oh, look at that purple right there. Right here. See that little pop of blue in the bottom too? It's just gorgeous. So, oh, look at that right here. Right there. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. I just think it's gorgeous. So if you are in the Pennsylvania, Lancaster area ever, go to this, and I'll pop the information on the screen, but go to Labadie Looms in a town by the name of Bird in Hand, Pennsylvania. Her address is 2572 Old Philadelphia Pike. Again, this is a Lancaster County brand, local yarns. She offers a variety of classes. She has supplies, and her name is Donna Beaver. And you can reach her at lamoba@hotmail.com, and I'll put her information there. But a sweet lady and just gems. I don't know, what am I going to make with this? Oh, it's like beautiful. It's beautiful. The one piece that she did have there that I've never seen, and I've told you, I used to travel a lot worldwide, and one of my traditions was I would go into a knitting store, local knitting store, and check things out. And I don't have that skein with me. I bought one in Sao Paulo in Brazil. It was a store called Novelaria, and it had this feel of yarn. I don't have it with me here, but maybe in the next episode I'll bring that yarn and showcase it because it's gorgeous. But I digress. I saw this yarn at her store, and she said, and forgive me, I might have to get the name from her when I come and visit her to pick up my other yarn. So it was from an English artist who's famous in doing this type of yarn, and it was one of the last skeins, or maybe she had a couple more. And it is, when you see this, it's happiness. It is happiness. It is absolutely happiness. Look at this beauty. OMG. Let me see if I can put some light here. Is that happiness? Look at that little... Oh, look at those colors. It's Candyland. Look at that. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now this is a piece. This is beauty right here. I mean, look at that. Look at that buttercup yellow, orange, peach, powder blue, white. It's just exquisite. And then suddenly you see this kind of sparkly thing going on here. Let me see if, oops. See if you can. Oh my God, it's just gorgeous. Look at that. You know? And my friend Sheila and Sally, we were talking about this and we're like, this is so beautiful. I mean, what do you know, I have so many ideas for this, but just, I want to show you something. I mean, look at this. I mean, couldn't you put this with a white tee? Look at this. I mean, it's a work of art. I mean, it truly is a work of art. You can just wear it as a necklace. It's a statement. It's just a beautiful statement of happiness. Let's see if you can see that with better light here. Oh my God, I love it. Look at that. By far, let me tell you, one of the best purchases I have done. I have never seen something like this. It is absolutely unbelievable. So that is really, look at, I mean, I can't get enough of it. Look at this buttercup yellow. Wait, here it is. Let me see, can you see it? Wait. See the little, it starts to sprinkle? Look at that. Anyway, I can't get enough of it. So sorry if I'm like lingering on with this one, but it's just, it's gorgeous. So again, I'll pop her information so you can definitely go visit her, pay her a visit, tell her that Doris sent you, Knittynina. Tell her that Doris sent you. I think she'll like that. I think she will really like that, because I told her, you are so talented and we need to support local businesses and artists out there and makers. So I told her I'd give her a shout out. So if you go out there or you buy something from her, just tell her that you saw some of her product in this episode. And a funny story is, I'll have to tell you this really, because it's just, well, at the time I was peeing in my pants. So I have a fascination for sheep, right? As you can tell. Oh, I never showed you this one. Remember Pluto and Saturn? No, Saturn and Neptune. And this is Pluto. Isn't Pluto cute? This is Pluto. I was calling the other guys. So this is Pluto. And then we have, this is, who is this? This is Neptune over here. And, whoa, you're falling. Don't fall. And we have Saturn right here. So I've had forever a fascination with the little sheeps that come out in the Serta commercials. They're so cute. So my friend Sally has one. It doesn't say Serta, but she has like a beautiful piece. It's like a ceramic white. Gorgeous. I don't know where she got it. But every time we try to get one or find one, they're not on sale, they're hard to get, Or if you're going to go into the store, you have to go into like the mattress store and actually say, hey. I even went into a mattress store once, and the guy's like, do you want to buy the mattress? I'm like, no, I want to buy the sheep. And the guy's like, you want to buy the sheep? I'm sorry, ma'am, they're not for sale. I'm like, but why? It's right there and on the bed. It's calling my name. And the guy's like, no, we don't sell sheep. We sell mattresses. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, but I'll give you $20 for it. I'm sure that, you know, your headquarters can send you another brand sheep. No, couldn't convince him. So when I walked into this store, the Body Looms, there's a section that she has tons, well, tons is a big word, right? She has like 10 or 15 of these little Serta sheep staring at me. And the first thing I said, hey kids, how are you? Come to mama. I finally found you. Oh, come here. And I'm falling in love with them and I'm holding them. And I'm like, we're not only here to pick up one of you, we're going to buy you all. And you're all going to come home and you're going to meet Pluto and Saturn and Neptune and all the gang. You're going to get along just fine. And I'm getting in love with each one of them. I'm holding them, checking them out. Until the owner, right, Donna, says, excuse me, sorry, excuse me, those aren't for sale. And I'm like, what? Those aren't for sale? I was like, come on. Another one tells me they're not for sale. She said, I'm sorry, I would love to sell them to you, but I can't. Each one of these sheep has been given to me from one of my students that came here to either learn how to weave, to spin, to dye, has bought me one of these. So there's sentimental reasons on each one of them. And you know what? I can certainly understand that and certainly respect that. So I'm like, okay, sorry guys, I got a little too excited about my sheep. Excuse me, I have a little frog in my throat. So today, Saturday, I was telling you, this was last week and today is Saturday the 13th. So today, in the mail earlier, I've got something in the mail. I'm like, I don't remember ordering this or anything like that. And I open up the package, and are you ready? Hello, my friends. Welcome to my new home. Yay! Yay, yay, yay. It's my little friend. And guess who bought it for me and didn't tell me and shipped it? My friend Sally. Oh my God. Isn't that adorable? She knew how excited I got about them and that I couldn't leave with them. And she went online and found this one and purchased it and sent it to me, and it got in the mail today. So I'm a flying happy camper here in my new home. I am so happy. Isn't he adorable? He just gets me. I think he's 85 because it says it's 85 years of comfort. But it's the Serta sheep and he's so adorable. So I've got to give her a call and thank her because she made my day. And her husband is the gentleman that I'm making the socks for his birthday. He doesn't watch these episodes, so I'm safe. But is it? I am so happy. I mean, I mean, the little things that make me happy, right? I just think adorableness. So I had to tell you about the story, and we've got to name him. So start thinking of a cute name. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Big blue eyes, young man. And what else? So I think that's it. I don't have much more other than definitely stick around at the end because I'm going to show you some snippets of the store that this Body Loom store that I went to. Obviously, you're going to see some of Sally's kids, what I call them, Sally and my friend. All the kids, Stella and Smoke particularly, you'll see both of them. and enjoy that footage. I think you will love it. I'm so happy to have spent time with you. Thank you if you stuck around till the end. I really appreciate, and I hope you're all well and keep on making, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Until then, my friends, keep on making, keep on crafting, keep on being happy and safe, and much love to all. Ciao, everyone. See ya. Bye. Have a good one.